Today guys, we are talking about two drivers that are coming in at $199, and one of them has been highly talked about, and that is the Kirkland Costco Signature Driver. So we're going to get our hands on it today, put it to the test. $199 is obviously a fantastic price for a modern day driver, but is it going to perform with this driver that is $199, but it's a bit of a one that's been discounted. It's one that you will know from Mid-Handicap Dave, and it's one that you could have got just before Christmas at the same price as a Costco driver. Now that driver is the PXG driver. It is the 0311 Gen 5 driver, and this is a driver that you probably wouldn't expect obviously to be $199, and it's only $199 when they do their Black Friday sales, their end of year sales, where they really reduce their drivers. I know this has slightly gone up now, but how does this perform to a driver from Costco that did get obviously a lot of traction just before Christmas, before it was released? Obviously it's a driver that is from a wholesaler. It is just like the Kirkland golf balls, a great price for golf balls, a 3-piece urethane ball. Does it perform as good as a Pro V1? Maybe not as good as a Pro V1, but for the everyday golfer, probably at the price point, is much more better value, and that's what we're trying to say here. Obviously with a PXG driver, we know they're going to be probably close to £500 to £600 when they are new, but how does it perform against that driver? Obviously down behind the golf ball, see that we have got the two-tone finish, we have got the grey and black there. I do like the X on that for everyday golfers to get that ball centred and help them start to get the ball in the right position to start with, because how many people have it set up on the heel or toe is unbelievable. But I've hit this driver quite a bit recently and I have enjoyed it. Obviously for the price, it is a fantastic price. But let's see how it performs out here at Falcons Fire in Orlando. Nice strike there, a little bit low on the face, but certainly good ball speed, good flight. Sound wise, exactly what I'd expect to hear from that. Probably a little bit louder than your latest drivers, probably a little bit louder than your AI smokes, louder than your Stealth. A different sound, but that sound isn't something that is too off-putting for me, because again, ball flight there, nice and penetrating. Two similar flights there, a little fade on that one, but felt pretty good. Was slightly off-centered, that's just up in the right-hand rough. Let's now talk about the driver that's had a lot of talk about it over the last 6 months. When is it coming out? When's it coming to the UK? Is it going to be in the US first? And it has come out in the US first. James Robinson did get his hands on this, so a big thank you to the gentleman who sent him that. I am now just putting it through its paces, but has anyone bought it? And if you have, guys, comment below, how are you getting on with that driver? Or have you got it to try and sell? Because I've seen they're going for a large price online. So straight away here, obviously at the top, total different finish. We have got that carbon top finish, very much looking like your latest drivers, looking like maybe your Cobras, your Pings, your TaylorMades, even your Stealths, with that kind of look on the top. Obviously, again, a nice little dot there in the middle to help you get it centered. Straight away, looks down at the golf ball. Does look nice. Obviously I wouldn't be straight away, if somebody had given me this driver, I wouldn't have said straight away it's an affordable driver. It's $199, but let's put it to the test for sound and performance. That's a fantastic first drive with it. Again, felt solid off the face there, a nice low bullet flight, and I'd say I'd struck that similar to the first drive maybe on the PXG, so obviously down there will be very interesting. We are going to get on the driving range soon here and put it to the test with numbers. Let's start to see, am I able to get the same kind of ball speed, am I able to get the same kind of distance with this driver at $199 compared to the PXG, and then in weeks to come, how would it compare maybe against something like your AI Smoke, against your QI10? Is it going to be right up there, or are you going to be sacrificing a little bit of distance? But then again, you are going to be saving nearly $400 or pounds. Right, two great drives there, drawing down the fairway, launching at a nice height that I like to see. It may be a little bit low for other people, but that's a good ball flight. It doesn't look like it's spinning up, it sounds good, feels solid off the face. Let's get on the range, let's talk tech, and then let's see, can this Kirkland perform with the latest drivers, including this PXG. Very interesting up here, guys. Obviously we've got the PXG that I did hit a little bit off the bottom here on the right. We can certainly see that the two Kirkland drivers have gone around about 10 to 15 yards further. But similar strikes here from the PXG have gone, again, front to back, the same distance, and we can see very consistent from that Kirkland. It's a great start. Okay guys, so let's talk about the tech in this Kirkland Signature adjustable driver, as it does say on the website. Again, right-handed, we do have a true temper, even flow, riptide graphite shaft. We do have a Lampkin Crossline 360 grip. And lofts, we can get it in a 10.5 loft with 4 adjustable hosels, so loft settings which we can go down to 9.5, we can go 10.5 in a draw setting, and we can go up to 11.5. We do get the Kirkland head cover and wrench exactly as you would expect. The Kirkland Signature driver features a multi-material construction, including a carbon composite crown, which we can see, a titanium sole, titanium face with variable thickness, and that a 4-point adjustable hosel. So again, we are getting that variable thickness face like we do see on the latest drivers from the premium brands. We know we have got the even flow riptide shaft in there, which is a mid-spin, obviously launch design, and features a torsional stability optimizer, which allows for an extremely stable shaft while maintaining the signature smooth, even flow feel. Available in regular or stiff, so no extra stiff, which might be a concern for some people, but again, it all depends who is purchasing this driver. And again, comment below, guys, have you got this driver, have you tried this driver, and is it the one for you? Okay, so interesting tech there, obviously, in this driver. We know we can get it with an adjustable hosel on there. Again, we can get different lofts, so again, giving options for every golfer. We're starting to get a stiff shaft, we can get a regular shaft, but let's see how it performs here with the TrackMan out on the golf course. What numbers are we going to get from a couple of drives here, and how would that compare to that PXG for the same price? Again, $199, guys. Is that your price point? Would you consider this, or would you go something second hand? Would you go an older model driver, maybe a couple of years old from one of the bigger brands, or would you go Kirkland? Again, they're a great ball flight. This is a 10.5-degree driver, but nice and fast off the face. But let's have a quick look at those numbers. Okay guys, so you will see there we've got 111 miles an hour, 165 ball speed, but 263 yards with a total of 281. Spin rate up there, so 3,600 spins. Something that I didn't expect from that flight. That was a good ball flight. I like the ball flight. You saw there from the trace, it looked like a penetrating ball flight, but a little bit of spin. So distance-wise, I would say that I may be down probably 10-15 yards on carry, and again total I would be wanting to get closer to 300 yards with a driver, especially with that club head speed being 111. Let's go one more before we switch over to that PXG. Right, that was off the toe, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of spin rate we get there. Obviously a good ball flight down that fairway, but what are the numbers saying? Okay there, so 110 miles an hour, 265 carry, going out to 290, and it has dropped down to 2,600 spin, but is that because of that impact? Is that because I've hit it off the toe? That took a little bit of spin off that, but is that what we want to see? Do I have to hit it towards the toe to get that spin rate? Let's jump into the PXG. So now into the PXG, again Gen 5, last year's model, not the latest model, but the same price when it was discounted. What are we going to see from those numbers? Are we going to start to see it get closer to 300 yards? Because of that technology, that's a centered strike. That is feeling a little bit high toe, which is probably the optimum place to hit it regardless of spin. Let's have a quick look at those numbers. So guys, 110 miles an hour again there, obviously exactly the same as we had with the Kirkland, but the carry has jumped straight up to 275, which is exactly what I would expect. The ball speed a little bit down, 160, but we've got that elusive 300 yards with the spin just over 2,000. So straight away there, yes, I hit it a little bit high toe, but straight away performing better. I wouldn't say the strike was much different to the first shot I felt like I hit with the Kirkland, but performance wise is saying there is a big difference between these two drivers. And yes, the PXG is discounted, but performing better straight away. Would it even be worth a little bit more money? Okay, so one more with this PXG. Let's see again, performance wise, can I get it over that 300 yards? And again, another one more close to the middle there, so it'll be very interesting to see the numbers on there, especially ball speed, because I don't feel like that was too far off from the first shot I hit with the Kirkland. So let's look at the numbers. So 112 miles an hour there, 164 ball speed, but we've got that carry up to over 284 yards. Again, getting over 300 yards, 306, and that spin rate down at 2,000. Very similar strikes to the Kirkland, so is it worth it? There's been a lot of talk about the Kirkland this year before its release. Yes, for the price, it is performing well. Again, I wouldn't be too disappointed with the numbers it's gave me, but could I get a second-hand club that's a little bit better? I think, yes, it looks great, it performs good, but maybe not as good as your premium brands.